Wrestling. When you hear this word, what do you think of? Do you think of a large, muscular man in a showy uniform who taunts his opponent and ends up winning the match after he flings himself through the air and body slams his opponent? Wrestling can be quite entertaining, like professional wrestling, but high school, collegiate, and international wrestling is a highly competitive sport. Wrestling is one of the toughest sports and requires not only mental, but physical toughness and a lot of hard work. Even though wrestling ranks as one of the world's oldest sports, there is a lot about wrestling that very few people know about. Some authorities believe that wrestling has no single historic point of origin, but is believed to date back to the dawn of civilization. Carvings and drawings showing men grappling dating back 15,000 to 20,000 years have been found in caves spread across European continents. Hundreds of paintings depicting wrestling competitions have been discovered inside ancient Egyptian tombs of kings and high officials from 2500 BC. These paintings show that many of the wrestling holds in ancient Egypt are actually still being used today. Greek legends tell of wrestling exploits of the Greek gods. One of the most important events of the ancient Greek games was wrestling, and Olympic wrestling victors have been recorded since 708 BC. The Olympic Games caused wrestling's popularity to grow and spread across Europe. As the Roman Empire expanded, various styles of wrestling developed, leading to three distinct styles of wrestling that we see today: freestyle, Greco-Roman, and folk style. Freestyle wrestling is the most popular style of wrestling. Freestyle, also known as catch as catch can, was added to the Olympics in 1904. It consists of two 3-minute periods where wrestlers can use any fair hold, trip, or throw, but can be disqualified for kicking, punching, or butting heads. No holds are barred on any part of the body except for those that would endanger the limbs or the opponent's life. Another style of wrestling is Greco-Roman, more commonly known as Greco. Like freestyle, Greco consists of two 3-minute periods, but differing from freestyle. Greco wrestlers can only use their arms and upper body to attack their opponent. Only the opponent's arms and upper body can be held, and the use of the legs by either wrestler is banned. Lastly, again, similar to freestyle, is folk style wrestling. High school and collegiate wrestling utilizes folk style. Folk style matches consist of three 2-minute periods in high school and one 3-minute period followed by two 2-minute periods in college. Folk style wrestling emphasizes controlling the opponent rather than just physical dominance. Regardless of the style of wrestling, the ultimate goal is a pin. Wrestlers are always working for the pin by using various holds and throws to pin the opponent's shoulders to the mat. Because of the ban on the use of legs in Greco wrestling, many of the points come from spectacular arching throws. While trying to secure a pin, wrestlers of all three styles can score points using various techniques. Wrestlers will be awarded for a takedown, taking opponent down from the mat from a standing position, and for escapes, breaking the opponent's hold and getting away. A wrestler who is down on the mat and moves from underneath to the top to gain control of the opponent will be awarded points for a reversal. Having one of the opponent's shoulders touching the mat and the other shoulder past 45 degrees, or having both shoulders within 4 inches of the mat will earn a wrestler points for a near fall. The scoring of points varies between the different styles of wrestling. Greco wrestlers can earn 5 points when a throw is completed over the thrower's head and exposes the opponent's back to the mat. 4 points are awarded in both Greco and freestyle with a takedown, or in Greco with a throw under the thrower's shoulders, with each exposing back. 4 points are given for a near fall in collegiate folk style wrestling, whereas high school folk style wrestlers can only earn 3 points for near fall. All three styles of wrestling award 2 points for a takedown. A reversal can earn 2 points in folk style, but only 1 point in Greco and freestyle. Wrestlers earn 1 point for an escape in folk style. Greco and freestyle wrestlers can also earn 1 point for push-outs. Tallying more points than your opponent at the end of the match can secure a win. but there are a couple of other ways a wrestler can win the match. Wrestlers can win by forfeit, where your opponent is unable to wrestle due to injury, or just chooses not to wrestle in the match. Buys, another type of win, are given when there is no opponent during the round of competition. Finally, wrestlers can win by pinning their opponent's shoulders to the mat, the type of win every wrestler is striving for. Wrestling is one of the oldest sports. Yeah. Wrestling is one of the oldest sports dating back to ancient Egyptian Greek times. Despite being one of the oldest sports, wrestling's main objective has remained the same: beating the opponent. All three styles of wrestling, freestyle, Greco, and folk style, use various throws and techniques to score points, with the ultimate goal of being that pinning the opponent's shoulders to the mat. To someone who doesn't know much about the oldest sports in the world, wrestling can seem quite confusing. But with a little more knowledge, people of all ages can learn to appreciate and enjoy the wonderful sport of wrestling.